February 2nd, 2025. Los Angeles, the Grammy Awards. Kendrick Lamar takes the stage. The crowd goes absolutely wild. And then he performs Not Like Us, a diss track about Drake at the Grammys in front of the entire music industry. The song that called him out exposed him and, according to most people watching, ended him. Not Like Us wins Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Best Music Video. 5 Grammys for a diss track about one man. Let that land. Now here's the question nobody is really asking. How does the most successful rapper of his generation, the man with more number ones than anyone in history, end up being the subject of the most devastating public takedown in hip-hop history? That's what we're going to find out. Because the story of Drake isn't just about the beef with Kendrick. It's about betrayal. And it starts way before anyone knew his name. Toronto, Canada. October 24th, 1986. Aubrey Drake Graham is born into a divided household. His father, Dennis, is an African-American drummer from Memphis, Tennessee. His mother, Sandy, is a Canadian Jewish woman who worked as an English teacher. They divorce when Drake is just 5 years old. His dad goes back to Memphis and gets incarcerated on drug-related charges. The money dries up. The visits stop. Drake and his mother are left to figure it out on their own. He gets bullied in school. Mixed race, Jewish background, not fitting in anywhere. The kid who didn't quite belong in any world. At 15, a friend's father, an acting agent, gets him a role on a Canadian teen drama called Degrassi: The Next Generation. Drake plays Jimmy Brooks, a basketball star who gets shot by a classmate and ends up in a wheelchair. His mother was sick. They were broke. That acting money was literally all they had coming in. But here's the thing. Every night after filming, Drake would sneak into a recording studio. He struck a deal with the security guards to let him back onto the Degrassi set after hours, just so he could sleep in a dressing room before his early call times. While everyone saw a wheelchair-bound actor on a teen TV show, Drake was quietly becoming something else entirely. 2006. Drake self-releases his first mixtape, Room for Improvement. He earns $304 in royalties. His first ever concert opening for Ice Cube. He performs for 30 minutes, gets paid $100. Nobody is paying attention. Nobody believes this is going anywhere. Then 2009 happens. He drops So Far Gone, a free mixtape, and it gets over 2,000 downloads in the first 2 hours. Lil Wayne hears it, calls him, signs him to Young Money Entertainment. One of the biggest bidding wars in music history follows. Thank Me Later drops in 2010. Number 1 on the Billboard 200, the biggest debut album sales week of the entire decade. Take Care in 2011, Grammy for Best Rap Album. Views in 2016, number 1 for 13 weeks. One Dance becomes the first song ever to surpass 1 billion streams on Spotify. Scorpion in 2018, 29 consecutive weeks on top of the Hot 100. By 2021, Drake becomes the first artist in history to surpass 50 billion streams on Spotify. 1 in every 131 streams on the entire platform was a Drake song. Billboard names him Artist of the Decade, the most charted songs in Hot 100 history, the most top 10 singles, the most consecutive weeks on the chart. The kid from Toronto who nobody believed in had become the most dominant force in the history of recorded music. So what went wrong? Here's the thing about Drake's story that most people miss. The betrayal didn't start with Kendrick Lamar. It was always there. His father left when he was 5, then publicly told interviewers that Drake exaggerated the absent father narrative to sell records. His own dad calling his son a liar in public. The music industry tried to bury him before he even got started. The label wars, the contract disputes. The people who said a wheelchair actor from a Canadian teen show had no business in hip-hop. Then came the rap feuds. Meek Mill in 2015 publicly accused Drake of using ghostwriters that he wasn't even writing his own lyrics. The kind of accusation in hip-hop that is designed to destroy credibility entirely. Drake survived it, hit back, moved on. Then there were the collaborators who turned on him. Artists he helped build, labels he invested in, people from his own city who eventually distanced themselves or took shots. And through all of it, Drake kept winning. Kept charting, kept breaking records. The Betrayals couldn't touch him. Until Kendrick Lamar decided it was time. March 22nd, 2024. Kendrick Lamar drops a verse on a Future and Metro Boomin track called Like That. He disses Drake, he disses J. Cole. The whole rap world stops. What follows is the most intense rap beef in a generation, back and forth, track after track in real time. Drake drops Push-Ups, Kendrick drops Euphoria, Drake drops Family Matters. Kendrick drops Meet the Grahams, and then 5 minutes later, Not Like Us. Not Like Us doesn't just win the battle. It becomes a cultural event, a #1 hit, a song people play at parties, at stadiums, on radio, a diss track that the general public adopts as an anthem. Then, February 2025, Kendrick performs it at the Super Bowl halftime show in front of 127 million people. Drake's name ringing out in front of the largest television audience in American history. And then the Grammys. 5 awards for a song about taking Drake down. Drake's response? He filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, his own label, alleging they helped promote and profit from Not Like Us. The lawsuit was later withdrawn. For the first time in his career, the wins stopped coming. So, here's the question this story leaves you with. Is Drake finished? Probably not. He still holds more records than almost anyone alive. He still has a fan base that spans every continent. His new album, Iceman, dropped in May 2026 and debuted at #1, because, of course it did. But something shifted, and everyone felt it. Because here's what's interesting about the Drake story. When you look at the whole thing, the betrayal was always the theme. From his father leaving, to the industry doubting him, to the collaborators who turned on him, to the rapper who finally landed the punch that stuck. He built his entire career on being underestimated, on proving people wrong, on surviving every person who tried to take him down. And maybe that's still the story. Maybe he comes back. Maybe the crown gets reclaimed. Or maybe for the first time the betrayal was just too public, too loud, and too perfectly timed to recover from. The king who lost his crown. Whether he gets it back, that chapter hasn't been written yet.